I know what you're thinking. Guts again? But yo, what is good? My anniversary grateful. What is good, yo? So, seven of deadly sins. I thought it would just be fitting to still use Guts, being someone that has somewhat of a demonic power within him. Kind of like Meliodas, and we kind of thought he was normal until he released that power. But with this week's episode, we get to see the end, or at least the containment, of one of the commandments that really started all of this with her adoption of Meliodas to then using his powers to power up some skulls. And she looks like she's pretty much out of the picture for good now, taking away the miasma away from her that was causing her to be a poisonous snake in the first place. Over for 300 years, she was just a giant or a small poisonous snake, or maybe over the years she grew and got bigger and bigger. But yeah, at the end of the day, she was just a snake, so pretty fitting for her. We see her pretty much going at everybody until she really just wanted to kill Bond, and she almost got her wish twice with how focused she was on him. Like, if there was a time to shut up and stop making jokes, it was that time. But that's the best thing about Bond's character is he is immortal. The pain is only temporary for all of his comrades, all of his friends, and his loved ones. That will be permanent. They will die. So that is just his role, as naturally to find a way to pick a fight with the most, deadliest person on the battlefield, always to be focused. And after being focused, what can you do then? You can now take as much punishment and damage and let your comrades see what kind of attacks there are, and they have a chance of avoiding them. But with him, he just gets bopped like twice. He didn't do anything this week against her. All he did was search her body for the heart with Wolf Hunt, and guess what? He didn't find it because it was a giant snake body. So it's like he really was just getting tossed around the whole entire episode and needed to be protected while he was also trying to protect. So it's stuff like that that makes me very, very curious, just where Bond might end up if he's always going to be immortal, and that's kind of his storyline. Maybe there will be a side story of the adventures of him if what Meliodas actually wants happens, right? Like, if Meliodas wants to actually pass on because he's can't and he's losing his emotions, which, holy crap, did he lose his emotions this week? This man straight up snapped out so fierce just to get out of here, and I think we all know why, right? Like, excuse me, sensing Elizabeth's magic, and that she was not only using it, but that she was in the battlefield. She was somewhere. Not only do we know that after her eyes are awakened, she has less time to be alive, or there's an actual time limit on it. We also know that she's died before that awakening. So by being on the battlefield just puts her in that much damage, or that much more danger. And you can understand why Meliodas would be so angry and frustrated at this moment of time. Just to know that the girl you were just trying to protect and understandably so keep away from battle, and at least let the 3 days do its time out. He needs to win. He needs to be getting places, and he just got captured by, not even that strong of a member who can even lock down his brother in the cocoon of darkness, and he broke out of it. So it just goes to show you how far he pushed himself, just because another reason of Elizabeth being on the field, and his anger and his sadness and his emotion of wanting to get all of this done with this Elizabeth still intact, which is crazy. Um, I look forward to seeing what all that transpires to. Um, but it's the bad part of the day though is the fight with Meliodas and oh boy, like man, that was rough. That was so rough. Knowing that this episode did not show too much of Meliodas versus my favorite character, or well, at least the latest character of the Sins to join. As long as that is okay in the case of the next week's episode, like that's all they should be focusing on is making this fight look absolutely gorgeous, and then just selling all your animation short afterwards because that was horrendous. That was really really bad looking. Yeah, hold on. What's up? Yeah, so until like 5 or something, right? So what? We're doing it earlier than it was said to be? Alright. Well, yeah. That all being said, I apologize for the pause. Someone needed to tell me about the plans that were going on that I already knew about. So we will probably be seeing Meliodas go into this assault form maybe later on in the show. Because as of right now, he's using it just because his mind is in a place where he actually just called himself the leader of the Ten Commandments, which is probably the weirdest thing that was said this week's episode is him kind of reverting back to what he's supposed to be, which kind of makes sense. I mean, imagine being able to slowly but surely bring back your strongest member of the demons and the commandments, Meliodas, by um, just by simply doing something like this to him, making him suffer for however long without being able to pass away, and the one true love by his side actually passing away every single time. So it's this really messed up emotional wreck that they're putting Meliodas through for that reason alone to pretty much be in a better position to have a leader of the commandments again, right? Like, imagine Meliodas joining back with the commandments and not only joining back, but being the leader. He overranks the person that's the leader now, and just because he's stronger, just because he has better, experience or whatever the case they choose or know him to be for. And that's that, like good luck to everybody on our side taking out Meliodas with him not holding back or something like that, right? So it's getting wild. I hope you guys are having an amazing holidays, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. I definitely will be trying to get out all the stuff I can before I go, so it's not like a huge gap in between of the videos and whatnot of me. I don't know when I'm going to be back. That's the problem. So I can be back at any time that the people that are taking me out there feel like it. So if that is the case, I do not know when I'll be able to get whatever videos doesn't drop. So please bear in there with me, and I will definitely talk to you very soon. So with all that being said, take care and peace.